Hello, hello, my friends. Happy Wednesday. I think the first thing I'm going to tell you is my name is Kara, and I am a Stampin' Up! Fanatic. I love Stampin' Up! Products. I love everything about them. I love card making. But here's the secret. I really like scrapbooks too. I know. So, you know me, I can't just be set to do one thing. I gotta combine them. I gotta figure out a way that I can do both so I can share with you. So tonight we are gonna make a scrapbook layout. Now, a couple things. I got a lot to show you if you've not watched me do this before. If you're here for the card making, it's okay, don't worry. We'll be back to card making on Friday. There was a card on Monday, and we might actually get a card out of this too. So let's take a peek at what we're gonna do. Move over so I can see if you're leaving me comments, and let's come down here. So what we're gonna work with tonight is the Waves of Inspiration. Hi Lana. I'm using Pool Party and Smoky Slate, and you're thinking, wait, you're gonna stamp with scrapbooks? You betcha, I am. So let me show you next. I'm gonna start with, let me bring this over. Okay, so I'm also using that gorgeous Waves paper because it's just too pretty not to use. These are my photos for tonight. Now, if you've not followed me before and you just popped in here because you were following Stampin' Up, I'm also a Cricut person. Hey, Jean. But you could do this without being a Cricut person. You truly could. But I did this using a Cricut Simple. Now, Simples are a design that I created that is a combination of a photo mat and a layout sketch. So it tells you the layout without a whole lot of, you don't have to measure at all, in fact. That's the Simple that I'm using tonight. It's a bonus Simple. And they used to be, I would have them in the shop for one at a time. It took forever to upload them, and it just took a lot. And so I decided to stop doing that. So I pulled them out of the store, and then I had to figure out, well, where are they going to go? They need to be somewhere, but it doesn't need to be this cumbersome. So let me show you where I put them. I put them in my classroom, right? Okay, so if you go to, nope, go to here. To karamiller.com, right? Up here in the top, you'll see where it says classes. Click on that. And then it brings you to this, all right? So then look at new classes. And in new classes, you will see Simple SVG Spring Collection. Seems easy enough, right? There's two ways to enroll. One just gives you the files. And two, let me get all the way down so you can see the options. One just gives you all the digital stuff, all the SVGs. The other one gives you my toolkit. Now, you might be wondering, is this a hammer, nails? No. A toolkit is, let me bring you some, these clear templates. Some of mine get scuzzy because I use them a lot. But they're clear acrylics. You can see through. And these help you crop your photos so they fit these spaces. I don't have to do it in a photo program. I just have all my photos printed in 4x6, easy peasy. I used Shutterfly this month, had a great special. And then I take my template and see which one, okay, that one's gonna go on all three, all right? And then I take my photo, and horrors of horrors, I'm going to cut my photo, but trust me, you're not going to miss a thing. You're going to get all the parts that you really want. So you put your template that fits your SVG space, and you're going to simply take some long bladed snips and snip away, right? Nice straight. Now some people like to use their trimmer. Some people like to use their X-Acto knife. I'm only feel confident with my scissors. Then I'm going to take my seal and I'm going to pop this down. And you'll notice Then now my photo is double matted, right? Super simple. Hey, Jeannie. All right, so here's another one. Same size, right? I don't know what I did with that. How did I lose it already? Oh, it's right here, sorry. It's tough to keep track of because, well, they're clear. I'm gonna put Lou right here. All right. Now I'm gonna lose some of this pretty water, but it's okay. I'm going to keep the part that I really want, which is Lucy. Right? Okay, now Lou is going to go right here. Same thing. Some seal. So this is the easy part, honestly. Getting your photos down on the simple. And then that's when the creativity comes in. That's when your eye for something cool. You're going to do the background. You're going to do, I love this picture. The sunset, the water, the girls. Just gorgeous, right? So again, I don't need all of it. It's pretty, but I don't need all of it. So I want to get, I got 3 photos on this layout. I'll stop going fast here. Take your time. Okay. Here, let me move these out of the way. All right. This is going to go right in the middle. Hello, Deborah. How are you? Greetings from Vermont. Glad things are good in Texas. All right, so there's that. Now I'm going to take this. If you look at, let me show you what this looks like in Design Space. Now, if you're not a Cricut user and you are a Silhouette user, as long as your machine can cut SVGs, you are good to go. This is in that bundle that I just showed you. It's in here. It's part of this. All right, if you look, you'll see I give you instructions up here, the toolkit. So it's more than just the SVGs, which is what it used to be. Now, they're all here, ready to download. No unzipping necessary. Just go ahead and download them, add them to Design Space, and cut them out. And I'll show you why this is so easy and doesn't require measuring at all. Once you get this on the shadow, right? Just pop that on. I didn't have to measure anything. I just put it down. It fits, right? Let me move this out of the way so you can see, right? And then I want to show you what I did over here. So when I go ahead and cut those 2 out, you are going to have leftovers, right? When you cut those 2 out with your Cricut, you're going to have some leftovers, and that's what you're going to use to design the background. The background is where you get to do whatever you want. So here's your photo, right? Super simple, going to go down. Here is where I'm going to put my title. This was done using my Stampin' Up stuff. I'm going to show you how I did this using this leftover paper. So I didn't have to take another piece of this beautiful paper. I got to use it. So I used it back here, and then I used it. I could have used both sides. All right? So let's do that. Let's put this down so it's on the page. Oops, we ran out. We need some more. So the way seal works, you just take that top off. I think I have one here too, but yeah, this one still has some in it. But you just pop this piece out and you pop a new one in. Super simple. No, whoops. Yeah. Okay, let's get this one going so we can finish this up. And there. Okay. So now this is all set. Right? And now we're gonna... And the good thing about having them in the classroom like they are now, they're so much easier to find because you don't have to go back into the store and hope that you did it. You can just go into your classroom and they're always there. Right? So there's that. Now, I took a piece of my white and I cut this. I forget what I cut this, but let me tell you what it... Oh, this is 3x4. I do remember. It's 3x4, which is the same as these. And this is going to be my journaling square. I stamped this sweet little pelican in some of my smoky slate right here, and then I'm going to journal what the story was right here, and that's going to go right there. All right? So how did I get this title corner thing going? All right. So let me show you. I'm going to move you over here. I'm going to take, so I have this and this, all right? I'm going to take this stamp of the waves, which is just so cool. Pop this on here. Okay. And then I used Pool Party. Remember, when you look at any of the Stampin' Up! Designer Series paper, the pattern paper, it tells you what the coordinating colors are. So you never have to worry that your ink is going to not quite match or be off a bit. I would show you, but I already gave them. My daughter needed some thank you cards, and I did them in Poppy Parade, which could be icky, and it worked out perfectly. So... Oops, move you over there. So this is going to go right here, just on my scrap, right? Nice. Love it. Okay. Then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut this off so it's not in my way. And I am going to cut this off too so it's not in my way. I'm going to, and hold on to these because they could be used for something else. It's not a waste. I'm going to take my trimmer and I'm going to trim the corners. All right, so I'm going to go right here and trim. And then right here. And you can look down through the trimmer and see where the edge of the stamp is. Make sure you're right where you want to be. Right? And then you over. Then I'm going to take this and I'm going to be super brave and just cut right along the edge. Right? Now, this is the tricky part. I'm going to take this, hold my thumb here, and I'm going to tear the edge of my cardstock around the wave. Right? And then I'm going to be brave and I'm just going to go right over to the end. All right? Cool. Now, grab myself a piece of my sponge. Hi, Kathy. And I'm going to ink up the edge. Now, if you bought this embellishment, it would be really expensive. But this is going to add to my title super easy by using my leftover paper from my Simple, my stamps, and my ink. So when you see me post things like paper, stamps, and ink, that really is what you need a lot of the times. It's just paper, stamps, and ink. All right, so there's that. I'll put you away. And now I got 2 of these out of this one, so I don't know how this is going to work. If I'm going to, oh, I am. So I'm going to ink you up, or not ink you up, adhesive you up. Right? I know, it's not hard though. And then I'm going to line you Which way are we going to go here? I'm going to go this way because I want to have a little extra. I've already done one, so I'm doing two now. And then I'm going to get super brave and use my scissors for some and my trimmer for the other. So my scissors are going to have to do this part, and then my trimmer is going to do the other. So I'm just going to cut. And again, it's going against a tear, so it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. You can't hurt it. You honestly can't. And then the ink kind of covers up if you made a boo-boo. And remember, you did it out of scrap paper, so go back and do another one. And I'm going to give this a little bit here. And then bring in my trimmer again. Now this one's going to look a little different because I used a darker piece of that cardstock, or I'm sorry, that designer series paper. See? So simple, right? Move over a little. All right, so now my embellishment is ready to add to my layout. Now, I have one on here already, but I'll show you another one. Right? Just pop that on there. I used a little bit of dimensionals behind it. Now this one, okay, this is, again, it's not the dies we've been working with all week, but we did use these on Monday. These are the Simply Stitched or Sweetly Stitched. Stitch So Sweetly. I was close. The Stitch So Sweetly dies, I'm telling you, if there's one die that you're going to want to use, this is the one. I've used this one so many times. Like really useful shapes. Okay, so we're going to use that one. Now, it would be nice if I had a shadow, right? Well, I don't. I only have one size. I don't have another size. So we're going to make our own shadow. So let's move you over there. Again, we're still using our scrap paper. We have this. And we're going to take this one. This time I used my smoky slate. And my You're So Totally Awesome. Now I did not use the dies that go with this stamp set. There are dies, but I didn't use them. That would give a different look. So if you were going to do several pages of the beach, you could do that. Ink this up. And then pop that right down. Cool. We're good. Again, you can do this either way. You could cut it first through the die cut machine and then stamp in the space that you had, or you could stamp and then we're going to put the die around it. So I can center the die where it needs to go. If I do this, then I need to make sure it stays in place, and that's where my little Post-it notes come in handy. Just pop that right on there. All right, I'm going to use the mini die, the Stampin' Mini, because it fits. So it's 1, 2, die, 3. And send you on through. Oops, sorry, I shake you up a little when I do it on this table. Do-do-do-do. Okay, and then I need my shadow, right? So there's that. And this time I'm going to take, yep, I want that piece. I want that piece to be my shadow. I'm going to snip you off. Now, I probably are going to hold on to these because I still have enough. You know, especially if I'm going to do more layouts and coordinating, I would save those pieces. So even though the Cricut takes up a lot, now I don't need to hold this in place now because it doesn't have to be perfectly exactly where it is, although if I'm worried it's going to move, I could. Alrighty. done with you. And then, okay, so let's move you and you. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to snip it in half, right down the middle. I'm eyeballing it. I could put it on my trimmer if I was really worried, but honestly, these edges aren't going to show. Flip you over, take your seal, make sure you go right along the edge, top and bottom, okay? All right, now flip this over, and you're going to line up the edges, but not the bottom, all right? And the same thing with the top. Line up the edges, but not the top. And now I have this even bigger. So it takes a stamp that wasn't really huge, but it makes it big enough to be a scrapbook title. And now by adding this stamp to it, I added a little something to it in size. Because that's one of the problems. If I took just, let's say I was using this and I just pop that on, it kind of gets lost. But if it's got something else with it, it's also color. I went with the lighter color background, even though this is the same color, and I popped it down. Now, get down there. Now I'm ready to add my journaling, and this layout is done. And we've been live for 21 minutes. Now, my Cricut already cut this out, but it really goes super fast because it's super easy. It's only cutting two things. Now, if you want to get really Cricut-y, you can add titles and things within your Cricut, but I'm finding that I like just cutting out my simples and then having them ready, because I think Cricuting and scrapbooking are really two different sides of your brain. Cricketing is thinking and computery and techie, and you got to make sure everything talks to each other. So if you just spend one day cutting out your simples, cut them in white, cut them in a solid background, use a black or a gray. Stampin' Up! Doesn't do packs of solid 12 by 12. They do white, and they do them in families. So neutrals are all together and brights are all together, and I believe it's 2 of each color in the pack. Well, that gives you coordinating layouts side by side, so that works. You can also, in this one, I used one of the pattern papers from the Designer Series paper. All right, now remember, I said I have these leftovers. Now I had enough to do 2 of these. So watch this. Whoops, move you over here. I'm going to take my standard 8.5 by 11 cardstock, right? And I'm going to bring in my trimmer. So if you really like the extra thing that you just made, that you made for your page, you make that kind of title, you like this, you think that's pretty cool, I'm going to cut that at 5.5, and I'm going to score it at 4.25, right? I'm going to take a piece of Pool Party, I had right here, but I don't. Oh, no. I have Paper Pizzazz. We can use that. No, we can't. We need Pool Party. Sorry. Hold on. We're going to take come here, a piece of Pool Party, and we're going to cut this at 5.25. By 4. All right. So now we're going to put this down on the front of our card. Right here, super quick. Right? We're going to take this baby and we're going to take our dimensionals I'm going to pop these on the back. I love this paper on the back too. Whoops. Right. And then we're going to add this to the front of our card, and we've created with one design, one thing we thought of, and we've made a card and a layout. And we're going to pop you get over here, right there, right? And then time for you and some dimensionals, and you're going to go here. Now, I have two more things to show you. So, this just could go into my, card if I need someday pile. Never know when you're going to need one. I had 2 birthdays today. And I'm going to pop this right here. So there's that card, right? Or, let me show you one more thing. Get all these out of our way. This is one of the kits that Stampin' Up! Is offering these days. Cool kits. This one is called Celebrate Today Magnetic Board Kit. If you are a scrapbooker, but you don't like to just pop your layouts into an album, you're going to want to grab this. It is a kit that gives you all the things that you need to do this, right? Super cute. But it also, again, you're a scrapbooker, it will also hold your layout. And it's magnetic. So my layout could go in here, and then I could use this on my with my notes on it too, and still show my scrapbook layout to everyone. Wouldn't this be a great gift for somebody? So you put this in here, you great box, wrap it up, you put your new card that you just made. Honest to goodness, they are going to be blown away by how cool you are. They're not going to know how you did that, because you're super cool, because that's how artsy craftsy you are. All right? Okay. So scrapbookers, unite. We don't have to hide in the shadows, and we don't have to have people think that we're old and stodgy. We're not. We're super cool. We are the family memory keepers. We are the people that share what is going on. So that's our project for tonight. I hope you enjoyed that, and that you have any questions, let me know. I will put up all the dimensions and everything that I did in the that free class. Let me show you where it is in case you're not in it. Let me get to it. Let me bring you back to here. In this classroom, so you're in the classroom again. See where it says, let's make cards? And it says, I know Cricut, I want to stamp. All right, click on that. It's free. And in here are all the things that we've been doing. The different cards that we've been doing. There's more. Okay? So I will put that in here as well. So make sure that you're in that classroom. That way you can see what the sizes are, what I used, and you can duplicate it yourself. This is a bonus SVG. It is in that bundle, but I'm also going to share it in that classroom tonight so that it'll be a place that you can go and see what the SVGs are if you've never used them before. Simple SVGs are simple. That's what they're for. They're not complicated. They don't require a lot of Cricut knowledge. You upload them and you cut them. The sizing is set. You don't have to worry about it. And they coordinate with the templates, the toolkit. All right, so there's all different sizes. Tonight we happen to use one that only had 3x4s, but there's a whole bunch. There's 4x4s, 3x3s, 2.5s by 2.5s, and they fit full-size 4x6 photos too. Right? Whew. I talked fast. I wanted you not to have to watch this for forever. So have a